Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? Can we just make sure real quick? Can you go ahead and comment in the section, make sure you can hear me? Okay, great. All right, everyone, welcome. Thanks for making some time to come to this today. I appreciate it. I know you're all very busy. My name is Colin Jenkins. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications here with Youth Volunteer Corps HQ here in Kansas City. I have had the pleasure to meet most of you. Some of you I haven't, but hopefully I'll see you this year at Summit. You can always reach out to me with any questions at kjenkins@ybc.org. I'm going to do my best to address most questions today. I'm monitoring the chat, and we've got a couple other people here in the office that are monitoring as well. So I will do my best to answer your questions, but if I don't get to it or I don't see it, feel free to shoot me an email afterwards, or you can always call us 816-472-9822. So let's make sure we've got everyone in here. And so today, just wanted to talk about the Building Our Brand marketing grant that we're offering here. We're going to go over kind of the ins and outs of that. We're also going to go over all of the available products. We have some really cool stuff available, like the 2018 summer t-shirt, some really cool drawstring bags, backpacks, water bottles, and some really good looking shades with the YVC logoing right here on the side. So you're going to want to make sure to pick up a lot of these. So we're able to offer a lot of these to you at very little cost or no cost through a grant process. Like I said, we're going to explain all of that, how much you qualify for, how you apply it, and we'll get into the ins and outs of that today. But first, we're going to start with a bit of a broader view on the YVC brand and what we're trying to do. So that gives you a little framing, and we'll go ahead and begin. Get this opened up here. Okay. So there we go. Okay, so building our brand. This is a new funding opportunity provided through YVC HQ. And first, I just want to define what I mean when I say brand. So a brand is a name, term, design, symbol, or other feature that distinguishes an organization or product from its rivals in the eyes of customers. A brand can exist physically, and it can also just, one second, I'm getting some feedback here that you guys can't see what we're doing here. So let me make sure. There we go. That was my bad, everyone. Sorry about that. New to the process. So hopefully you can all see it now. There we go. All right, so building our brand, new funding opportunity provided by YVC HQ. And I just want to start out with kind of defining what a brand is. So the YVC brand, a brand is a name or term, design, symbol, other feature that distinguishes an organization and its product from its rivals in the eyes of customers. A brand can exist physically as an object, where there's something like an iPhone or a Bic pen, but it can also exist in the minds of customers. And that, I think, is really important for us, because the YVC brand really isn't just a product that we can touch and feel. It really is a mindset and a bigger thing, a movement. So I just want you to remember, a brand is what a prospect thinks and feels when he or she hears the brand name. So that prospect could be a potential youth volunteer. That could also be a potential funder. So let's keep that in mind as we move through all of these. So back in 2013, we did a brand assessment. It was conducted by an outside agency, and they studied our brand perception. And what I mean by that is kind of how we are perceived to our different audiences. And the audiences I'm going to feature today are youth, alumni, parents, and foundations. So with youth, these are the top comments that they chose, that they said, this best describes my feelings about the YVC brand. So the top comment for youth is, YVC is a service organization that provides real-world volunteer experience with different people in my community. And then a close second to that was, it's a fun way for me to give back to my community. So I think it's important to keep that in mind when we're talking with youth, to encourage the conversation to be about them having a real-world impact, getting real experiences out in the community, and also it's going to be a fun time. They're going to make friends while they're getting involved. They're going to meet new people. Hopefully that messaging will inspire them to, one, sign up and join in the first place, and two, as long as we keep pushing that messaging, they will enjoy and want to continue to be involved with YVC. With alumni, people who have gone through the YVC program and have graduated out, they view it as a service organization that inspired them to be the citizen and volunteer that they are today. That's important to keep in mind. Our alumni can be a really valuable resource for us. It's one that can be underutilized. We do have some affiliates that are doing a really great job tapping into their alumni networks and using them to continue that movement. But it's something that I encourage everyone to think about in their communications, and keep in mind that, hey, you've got kids out there who went through the program, know how great it is, and they've graduated out, but they still very much believe in the brand. So utilize them when you're trying to get word out about your program. Talk real quick about parents. Probably the second most important group between youth, right, followed up is parents. They see Youth Volunteer Corps as a service organization that provides a real-world, fun way to teach my kids about our community. Kind of similar to the messaging that really appeals to our youth, but obviously this message is a little more tailored for our parents. So be sure to keep that in mind when you're communicating to parents or guardians of potential volunteers, that, hey, this service organization provides a real-world way to teach your kids about the community and how they can give back to it and be involved in it. And it's a fun, exciting experience for them. And it's a well-organized, well-structured program. Foundations, which is always important to think about to make sure that we're keeping them in mind as we pursue new funding opportunities. They see YVC as a service organization that provides diverse youth with improved life trajectories through volunteer community service. So as you can see, all four of these comments are very similar. They're just tailored slightly in each way. And so I really encourage you to keep that in mind when you are designing a new communication. If you're going to be speaking with just potential youth volunteers, be sure to highlight the messages that really appeal to those youth. If you're going to go out and speak to a potential funder or sponsor, be sure to highlight that we work with diverse youth, and Youth Volunteer Corps volunteers have improved life trajectories, and they get all of that through volunteer community service. So that's just some thoughts to keep in mind as we continue through the rest of this presentation. So let's move on here to the next slide. Let's talk about how we communicate that message. And the easiest way for us to communicate that out quickly and effectively is by showing people our brand. The YVC logo, it's our biggest tool when communicating. And just some notes on it. Whenever possible, I want you to be using full color. You know, the colors were chosen for a reason. They're exciting, they're energetic, they convey a certain message, a certain feeling. And we want to be sure that we are giving that to everyone who sees the brand. So when you are creating a piece of content, when you're creating a handout or a flyer or whatever you are doing, be sure to use the full color logo whenever possible. Some notes on it: never alter the colors of the full color logo. We do have versions of this logo available in black white, and grayscale. And sometimes those are needed depending on the medium that you're printing or promoting the brand in. A newspaper will often only be able to use the grayscale logo because they can't print every page in full color. But be sure to always provide and try and use the full color logo when you can. When you are printing, please only print the logo on white, black, gray, or another brand color. And by brand colors, I mean yellow, orange, and red. And we'll get to specific colors here in a little bit, and I can show you how to make sure that you're using the right colors and you're providing the right colors to anyone who's making content for you. This is the second most used logo that we have in our arsenal, and it's the Youth Star. Now, the Youth Star, as you can see, is part of the full logo, and we have the ability to just use the Youth Star occasionally, but it should never be used in place of the full Youth Volunteer Corps logo. It should only be used as a supplement. And what I mean by that is, if you were going to brand something with the Youth Volunteer Corps brand, go back to the full logo. And if you want to add in an extra art element, feel free to add in another copy of the Youth Star. So it can be used separately from the logo, but it's not to be used in place of. And again, the colors should not be altered in any way. And also it is available in full color, black, white, and a grayscale version for all your printing needs. And you can find all of these logos on the marketing resources page. There you have a bunch of different photos, a bunch of different templates, a whole bunch of stuff that you can download that can help you in your communications, but these logos are available as well. So you can go over there, find them, download them right there from our website, and you can use those however you need. Just be sure that you're following brand standards. If you have any questions or if you're having trouble downloading them, just contact me and I'll be happy to send along files. So let's talk about colors real quick. Here's the red, orange, and yellow of the YVC brand. Now the brand colors are supplements to communications, and what I mean by that is when you're printing something, say you're printing out an appeal letter at the end of the year, of course you want to include the Youth Volunteer Corps logo, but maybe include in some yellow, orange, and red designs in there as well. You can use them as line text to break up some font. You can use red when you're highlighting certain words or phrases, stuff like that. So these colors are meant to convey that YVC brand when it may not be appropriate to have the YVC logo, or it may not be appropriate to have some other YVC branding. So this, again, is kind of like the Youth Star in that these colors should be used in supplement, not as an entire replacement to the logo. So you can find the specific color codes in the YVC brand guide. Again, that brand guide is available on the marketing resources page on our website. So you can go in there, download it, and you can find the codes right there to make sure that when you are having something printed, you can provide those codes directly to your supplier, and they'll be sure to have whatever product you're creating specifically in the colors that we need it to be in. Now, I want to just talk a little bit about acceptable uses of the YVC logo. So I'm going to show you some examples of acceptable, and I'm going to show you some examples of what's not acceptable. And this is just to help kind of illustrate some of the points I just made in using the logo. And hopefully it'll kind of provide you a clear guide when you're thinking about a new design or thinking about something that you're wanting to create or something that your YAB is wanting to create. You'll have a clear understanding of what is and is not appropriate for our logo. So let's take a look here. Now, these are all acceptable uses of the logo. We've got the full color there on the front, printed on a white background. That's the most preferable. Again, it's the full color logo. It's got all 3 of our colors incorporated. It's on a white background, so it's nice and clear. It's easy to see, easy to read. It says Youth Volunteer Corps big and bold right there. There's no confusion about what that is and who this piece of communications or this piece of content is coming from. Next to it, we've got just the white logo. Sometimes the full color logo is not going to show up as well, depending on the medium you're printing on. So you may need to use the white or the black. But when you're using the white or the black, please be sure to print it, like I said, on a Youth Volunteer Corps brand color, which is the red, the yellow, or the orange, or you can print those on gray, black, or white. Now, the one at the end there is an example of what it looks like in grayscale. So this would be appropriate for when we're printing in, say, a newspaper or some other piece of media that is only available in gray tones. And that's, you know, blacks, grays, whites, but they don't have the capability of printing in full color. Now, here are some examples that are not acceptable uses of the brand. Let's go ahead and hit this. There we go. Okay, so that first logo, while it is in full color and it is using our brand colors, it's not our logo. And that's because our logo is specifically the one above it. You should not in any way change the colors of the logo. Now, yes, you get some points for using the Youth Volunteer Corps logo or colors here, but again, it's not the logo because Youth Volunteer Corps, the words have been changed from just the red text. And it's just not what our branded logo is supposed to look like. The one next to it, yes, that's the correct use of the white logo, but it's on a non-brand color. So we don't like to see use of non-brand colors. We would definitely prefer that to be a yellow, gold, or red background. The one next to that with the pink logo, again, we just cannot change the color of the Youth Volunteer Corps logo. Now, it is printed on a brand color. However, because it is itself changed from the full color, the black, the white, or the grayscale logo, it is also incorrect. And the one next to it is just another example of a change in the branded logo to a different color. And even though it's appearing on a white background, it is still not acceptable for us to have it that way. Now, the reason why I'm putting all of this out here is because I do want to make it very clear to everyone kind of what is and is not appropriate and the reasons why. Now, the reasons why is because we are trying to have a very concise and clean, a very well-packaged brand look. So that way, people across the country, when they see the top logo right here, when they see that, they know that it is Youth Volunteer Corps. Now, if you see this, that looks a little different. If you see this, that looks a little different. And if you see this, that looks very different. So it causes some hesitation. It causes some confusion with what that brand is. So again, we want this brand to be very clear to everyone who sees it. That way they know exactly who we are, what we stand for, and what our product is. So we're going to move on here to the colors. You can find all these colors on page 9 of the YVC brand guide. They have it broken down right here. So whether or not you need Pantone, CMYK, RGB, or hex codes, we have them here for every color. These are what designers are going to need and printers will need to make sure that they are printing the correct colors for our brand. So if you're sending this off to a printing company to make donor appeal cards or t-shirts, whatever you need, you can provide these to your printers and they'll make sure that everything is up to code and it is exactly what it needs to be. You can also kind of make sure you're doing this yourself. If you're creating something, you can enter these codes yourself into a menu that looks like this one here. And you'll see down there at the bottom, I'm sorry, it is a little small, but you can see down there at the bottom there, we've got red, green, and blue. So you would, if you wanted to make sure you had the brand yellow, you would go up here and enter the R value, the G value, and the B value, RGB, right down here into these boxes, red, green, blue. And that should get you the colors that you need. So I want to talk just a little bit about the size. And the reason why I'm showing you this map is to illustrate the far reach of the Youth Volunteer Corps brand. So we have, this year, we have, I think, 39, 40 programs across the country. Last year, in the 2016-2017 program year, we had 36. So we had 5,224 volunteers serve in 36 communities. Now, in those 36 communities, the entire populations altogether is millions of people that are potentially being exposed to the YVC brand. And so again, this is why it's so important that we're using the brand effectively and correctly, because we want to be sure that people that are seeing the YVC brand in Philadelphia are having the same reaction to it that are seeing it in Terrace, British Columbia. And if it helps you think about this, I'd like to kind of give the analogy of McDonald's. So we are not a fast food company, but McDonald's has very consistent branding. So when you see the golden arches, you know what you're going to get when you go there. You know that they're going to have the Big Mac. You know that they're going to have the dollar menu. You know that you're going to get fries. You're going to get a hamburger. You know what those fries and those hamburgers are going to taste like. So that's brand consistency. So with the Youth Volunteer Corps brand, I want to be sure when someone in Philadelphia is seeing the YVC logo, it's the same logo that people are going to see in Terrace, British Columbia. And that way they know, hey, when I'm seeing this, I'm seeing hardworking kids that are improving the community, that are having a fun time. For parents, they know that we're a trusted source. It's all about that brand consistency and those messages that I listed earlier. So hopefully seeing this map kind of illustrates the far reach of our brand and why it's so important to have a consistent brand, because we don't want people in Corvallis having a different opinion and a different idea of what YVC looks like than the people in, say, South Carolina. So let me just make sure that we're on track here. Okay. And I'm going to check the comments section real quick, make sure we're not missing anyone in the comments. Not seeing any questions. Again, if anything comes up, send it over to me via email, or you can comment in the section below or to the side. So this is the big takeaway message that I want to give you. Consistent branding conveys credibility, and credibility conveys comfort. It provides comfort to the people that see it. And comfort leads to trust, and trust leads to investment in our brand. And that investment is volunteers or money. Now, we gain credibility by making sure we have consistent messaging and that we're providing the same quality programming no matter where we are. And everyone here is working to do that. You're all working very hard to make sure that we're providing good quality programming. Every year we check in with you. We have goals, we have program standards that you're all working to live up to. So we want to be sure that all that hard work is being recognized, and it can be recognized by always having proper branding attached to it. So that credibility will lead to comfort. It makes people know that when they choose YVC, when they serve with YVC, they're going to get quality. They're going to have a solid structured program. It makes parents feel comfortable when they're signing their kids up for our programs and leaving our kids with our programs for the entire day. They know that they're going to be well looked after and they're going to learn something and they're going to work hard that day. That comfort leads to trust. They trust that they can leave their volunteers with us. The volunteers trust that the projects that they're going to work on are meaningful, that they're going to learn something, they're going to meet new people and have fun, and that trust leads to investment. And for volunteers, that's investing more of their time after they have served with YVC, and hopefully we inspire them to serve with YVC all the way through 18 and then continue to be a volunteer for the rest of their life. And for people who are interested in supporting YVC financially, that trust leads to them being more comfortable with giving us money and knowing that, hey, when I donate to YVC, that money really is put to good use, and it creates more volunteer opportunities. It improves the lives of the volunteers and the community members that they are serving. So this is the biggest takeaway that I want you to remember about the YVC brand. It's all about consistency. Consistent use ultimately leads to trust in who we are, and it increases our credibility overall as an organization. So now that we've kind of given an overview of the brand and of YVC and of marketing in general and branding in general, I just want to make sure if there's any questions. If there's any questions, please take a moment, comment in the section to the side. If there's not, that's great. We'll move on. I'm going to give just a minute for us to talk about that. So I'm not seeing anything coming through. So hopefully we're all on the same page. If not, feel free to contact me. We're going to go ahead and move on. So the Building Our Brand Grant. So what is it? The Building Our Brand Grant is an opportunity for YVC affiliates to get high quality YVC branded materials at little to no cost to their program. And the reason why we're doing this is because YVC HQ wants to always help our affiliates grow. That's why we have quarterly check-ins. That's why we have yearly goals. That's why we're trying to communicate with you frequently and effectively to make sure that your program is being the best program that it can be. And we want to be available to help you reach those goals that you have in whatever way we can. And these materials that we're able to provide through this grant will absolutely help your program increase awareness, and it will help in recruitment. So you have been divided into tiers. You should have seen this in a previous email, but I want to go over it here just to make sure that everyone's on the same page. And this will also be available to you when you go to the actual order form. The order form will have this available. There's information available right there, and I will show you that order form here in a little bit. So tier 1 is 0 to 100 youth. You'll be getting $700. And if you're gold level, you get an extra 10%. So you'll get that $770 there to the side. Tier 2 is 101 youth to 250. You'll receive $1,200. And gold level will receive that extra 10%, bumping that total up to $1,320. Tier 3, 251 plus youth, you will be getting $1,500. That extra 10% for gold level will bump you up to $1,650. So this is a substantial sum. I don't know if many of you have gone and checked out the order form yet. Hopefully you have and seen all the great products that we have to offer. But if you haven't, when you see it, you will see that this money will go a long way. There are some really great products in there, but we're offering them at very, very low prices. So this grant money, we hope that we can really help you stretch and make as much use out of it for your program as we can. So we're going to go on to the requirements. So these are the things, by accepting this grant money, you are expected to do. Tier 1, we need you to complete 1 more construction project this year. Tier 2, 2 construction projects, and Tier 3, 3 construction projects. Now, for every construction project you complete, you're going to need to fill out a brief online post-project report by February 2019. And if you don't know where that is, contact us and we can direct you to that on our site. But for every project, you'll need to complete one, not just one report for all projects, but every project you complete. So if you do 8 projects or construction projects this year, you need to complete a brief online post-project report for every one of those 8 projects by February of 2019. And a note down there at the bottom that's important that you need to be aware of this. These projects are in addition to any other construction project commitments that you have from Building Our Future funds or Cornerstone grants. So with the Building Our Future funds and the Cornerstone grants, you do already have construction project requirements. So these projects that you are expected to complete from the Building Our Brand grant are in addition to any of those other projects you have. 1 second, I'm seeing some stuff come through here on the chat. Let me see if I can answer this real quick. Okay, Robert, it looks like Tracy has done a great job of answering your question there, but I just want to draw everyone's attention to it. So Robert over in the chat asked, does this mean we can only use those 3 colors on our summer program t-shirts? So Tracy did a great job of answering that, so I would refer you to her answer. You can use red, orange, and yellow, and you can also print on white, black, or gray. But I really encourage you to order this year's summer t-shirts through us. And there's going to be some reasons for that here in just a moment that I think you're going to agree with. We're probably going to be able to beat whatever price you're able to come up with your own supplier. And we're really excited about what we're able to offer this year. So Robert, I would definitely encourage you to order through us. I think we've got a great product for a great price, and I think your youth are going to really, really love it. So let's move on here. So these are the items that are available to you under the grant. The first is the summer t-shirts. Like I said, we've got a great looking t-shirt. I love this design. We worked really hard to make sure that we had a great looking design that showed off the YVC brand effectively and clearly communicated it, but also was still a fun looking design that youth would be interested in wearing and would be excited about receiving for this summer. We also are offering promotional and marketing material, and there's just a couple brief examples over there to the side. I'm going to talk about t-shirts first and the details on that and the pricing, and then we will talk briefly about marketing and promotional materials, and I'm going to highlight a few of those items, not all of them, but you'll be able to learn all about them from the Building Our Brand grant page on our website. So moving on here. There it is, the 2018 summer t-shirt. We were able to offer this to you through the Building Our Brand grant for just $250 per shirt. Now that's for the basic shirt, and the basic shirt will just have the Youth Volunteer Corps Summer 2018 logo on the front, and that is this Be the Change design that you see over to the right. Now, for just $1 more at $350, we are able to co-brand every shirt with your host organization logo or any other sponsor logos that you would like to have on the shirt. Now we can put that logo on the left sleeve, we can add it to the back, or we can put it on both locations. So you'll be able to tell me that in the order form where you want that logo, and you'll also have an opportunity to provide me with those logos so I can work with our printing company and make sure we've got everything just the way it needs to be. And we will confirm all of those designs with you before we send it off to print to make sure that the host logos and the sponsor logos are being displayed properly and effectively alongside the Youth Volunteer Program. So, Robert, as you'd asked, I really encourage you to take a look at this. I encourage everyone to seriously consider ordering from us this year. Last year, we offered summer tees, I think at about $6 a piece. We are less than half that this year. And for just a little bit more, we're offering you the ability to co-brand this with your host organization logo and any sponsor logos that you need. And it's just it's a great opportunity. It really is. I think we can save everyone a lot of money while still providing everyone with a really great looking shirt that their youth will be excited to wear this summer. And everyone's going to see it and see, hey, when they see the shirt, they know that it is the Youth Volunteer Corps brand, and they will know that the Youth Volunteer Corps brand means a great group of kids out there in the community making a meaningful impact. So I want you to wear them. They really let people know who's out there changing the community. Like I said, when you see a group of youth all out there in the same t-shirt, working together, people take notice of that. And I want them to see our logo. I want them to see our message. And I want them to see your youth volunteers out there making a difference and really see the good work and the hard work that you and your youth volunteers are doing. It would be great. It is preferred that you wear this t-shirt at every project. I know that can be a bit challenging, but definitely encourage your youth to wear it as often as possible. And if you can set up any sort of incentive to do that, that would be great. That could be something like, hey guys, let's make sure that we do T-shirt Tuesday or T-shirt Thursday. And that's the day that you try and take as many pictures as possible of your volunteers in your T-shirt. You post those up on social media. You get your group photos that day of people serving on projects. So you all got that great team look, that great branded look. Just try and wear these as often as possible. It communicates our brand effectively to everyone who sees it, and it also reinforces it among the volunteers. When they see everyone wearing this, they know they're a part of a team. They know that they're included, and they know that they are doing meaningful service together. So here are just some items I want to highlight real quick. They're going to be available to you through the grant. You can learn more about these on the marketing or on the brand grant page. We're going to go over to that here in a second while I show you the order forms. But first off, I want to highlight the sale signs. So these sale signs are a really great tool for you to get your name out there into the community. And these things are over 9 feet tall. They collapse down so they're easy to transport. These poles here, they just kind of attach together. They're very easy to assemble and take apart. They're easy to store. They're easy to take with you to service projects. And they would be a great tool for you to use at outdoor projects because it draws attention to your volunteers serving. And it also can show volunteers where they need to go. If you're serving at a local nature trail and you want to make sure everyone knows where they're supposed to be meeting, stick one of these things up and people are going to see it. They're going to know, hey, that's where Youth Volunteer Corps is serving today. And if I'm a volunteer, that's where I need to be. And these items are available to be co-branded, as you can see there on the right one. These will be two-sided. And so one side is just the Youth Volunteer Corps brand. On the other side, we will be able to include your host organization logo and any other wording or phrasing that you want to include on that side. Just submit those logos while you're submitting your order form, and then contact me by email or phone, and I will make sure that we've got that looking just the way you need it to look. That way your host organization is being promoted as well and being recognized for all the hard work that you guys are doing. Retractable banners, these are a really great tool for you if you're doing tabling or you're setting up booths at local schools or any sort of place that you're going to be able to recruit volunteers. They're super easy to set up and take down. We have a couple here that we use at Summit every year. They travel great. They don't weigh that much. They're easy to set up. And they're attention grabbing. It definitely lets people know who you are. This thing is about 6 feet tall, so you can imagine that Youth Volunteer Corps logo is going to be really huge. And as you can see there, we've got the ability to co-brand this with the host organization as well. So we'll be able to give recognition to your host organization and include any other information that you want there. Like I said, this draws attention to your booth. It also provides a really nice professional look. When you show up to an event where there's a bunch of tables, when people don't have the banners like this or nice signage, I think it kind of detracts from their credibility. And this thing will definitely help you kind of have that sense of credibility, that nice professional look and finished look. People will know that, hey, that Youth Volunteer Corps booth over there, it looks great. They've got it together. They know what they're doing. I definitely encourage you guys to take a look at these when you're making your considerations on how to spend your grant money. Brochures and flyers. When you go over to the Building Our Brand grant page, you will be able to see examples of these. There are some links over there where you can kind of see the PDF example of what these printed materials will look like. But just to give you an idea, they're going to be on a really nice, high quality, glossy finish. They look super professional. They're going to be very well done. They're easily customizable. You can provide me with whatever information you need. We'll be able to brand these with your affiliate name, your host organization, your own Twitter accounts, Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts, which I hope you all have and are using. So we'll be able to include those on there. We'll also be able to include your phone number, your address, your website. All of that material we can collect and we can put in there to make sure that these materials are custom to you and are as effective as possible for your recruitment and marketing efforts. These are great for recruitment. They're also great for relationship development. If you're meeting with potential service organizations, if you're meeting with potential funders, leaving behind a flyer and brochure that kind of gives an overview of your program and all the great work that you're doing, and just gives them a little snapshot of the really cool organization that Youth Volunteer Corps is. That's a really great thing for them to just have and be able to look over at their convenience, or pass along to someone else that they might know that would be interested in supporting the program. Now, yard signs. So I really like this, and I want to explain why. When people think of yard signs, they might immediately think of, what's a yard sign? It's just a kind of like a garage sale sign that you stick on the end of the block. That's not what these are. So these yard signs are really high quality. They're made out of corrugated plastic, which means they're weatherproof. You can set them out if it rains, if it sleets, if it snows, whatever. If they get wet, they're going to be okay because they're corrugated plastic. So they're not made out of paper. They're not going to break apart after a few times of use. These are great for outdoor projects. Say you're serving at a park and there is a running path nearby, or there's a street nearby that has some traffic and cars coming by. Stick these up. These are a great opportunity for people to see and connect that group of volunteers that they see out there cleaning up trash or building a playground or spreading mulch. It's a great opportunity to connect that group to the Youth Volunteer Corps brand, because there's our brand right there, and there's the Be the Change message. Now, the reason why we chose the Be the Change message, and you'll see the Be the Change message on the 2018 summer t-shirt design, is because it is a very clear message. The Be the Change quote is a highly recognizable quote regarding volunteer service and regarding the ideas behind volunteer service. When people see and read the Be the Change quote, they know that what that means is, hey, take it upon yourself to go make a difference and make a better world. And we want Youth Volunteer Corps to be closely associated with that thought and feeling. Again, like I mentioned at the beginning, a brand lives in a prospect's mind. It lives in their mind, and a brand is what they think and feel when they hear or see the YVC logo. So I want to attach the YVC logo to those good thoughts and feelings that also come from seeing Be the Change. So we are providing these in 2-packs. They are available with the Youth Volunteer Corps logo on the front and the Be the Change graphic on the back. So what I would say when you have these, what you want to do is set up one facing one direction and set up one facing the other direction. That way, whoever's running by is getting exposed to both the Youth Volunteer Corps logo and the Be the Change phrase, no matter which direction they're coming or going. Let's see here. I'm going to check the comments real quick and make sure that there isn't anything that I need to hop in and answer. Amanda and Tracy are doing a great job, I think, of keeping you guys informed. Jill, so that's a good question. You can use the template and still print these locally. However, we are ordering these in very large quantities. So I would definitely encourage you to consider ordering them from us because we probably can beat that price that you are getting. Now, those, like Jill has mentioned, those templates are available on the marketing resources page on our website. You can go in there and customize those yourself. But like I said, we are ordering these in very large quantities, which means we're getting a really great price. So please check and see if we can beat your price first. And let me know, because if we can save you some money on this, I want to be able to do that for you. Now, I want to talk real quick about the Sling Grip. The Sling Grip is a really great phone accessory. And after some research, I've found that phone accessories are the most popular giveaway item among our demographics. So I think it's great if we can offer a giveaway item that is in that product offering that our youth volunteers and our demographic are going to be excited about. So the Sling Grip is a way to basically attach an elastic band to the back of your phone. It'll have the nice youth volunteer core logoing, just like you see there in the photo. It looks really great. It's easy to use. It's not bulky. It'll still fit in your pocket. I think it's just a great little product. I have one here at the office as a sample. I've been playing around with it. I love it. It's sturdy. It fits well on your hand. You know, it's just a really cool little device, and they're not that expensive at all. You'll see the prices over there. You can get quite a few of them for not very much, and you can use them as giveaway items. You can use them as reward items for when a youth volunteer serves 10, 15 hours. You know, they're a great little item that I think our youth volunteers are going to utilize, and they're going to display, because as you surely have noticed, our youth volunteers really love their digital devices. And if we can get our branding on their digital devices, it potentially exposes our brand to just that many more people, and especially people in their peer group. Okay, so we're going to have a real quick demonstration. I'm going to click this. It's going to take us over to the order page. Hopefully, there it is. Hopefully everyone's seeing this. Please shout and scream in the comments section if it's not. So let's start here at the top. So as you can see here at the building our brand grant, we've got an overview. It's the same stuff that I just highlighted earlier, but I want you to take time and read through all of this. This is important information. It's information that you do need to know and you need to be aware of, just to make sure that you're filling out the order form is the way you think you're filling it out. So if you're wanting to order co-branded items, be sure that you're selecting the items that are available for co-branding, and be sure that you're able to upload the files that are needed to get your logos on those items. So we've got a brief overview of what this grant is and why we're doing it. I want to highlight there the May 4th deadline. All orders for this grant need to be in by May 4th. And all of that, and getting your order placed includes having all of the logos needed for co-branding. If you're wanting a co-branded t-shirt or a co-branded sale flag, you have to have those provided by May 4th. You also have to have your order paid in full by that. So after you discount your order with your grant funds, you need to have either paid by check or credit card and have those funds to us by May 4th before that order can be placed. So go down here to the t-shirts. You'll see we've got the t-shirts here. Like I said, they're just $2.50, and just for $1 more, we can co-brand wherever you'd like on there and whatever logo or sponsors you want. And then we're going to get down here into the marketing kits. So in the marketing kits are all the items we're offering. I highlighted some of them in there, but please take time to go through here. You'll see, be sure to take a little moment and just read through the description here on the side. I've kind of given you a little bit of an idea on how to effectively use these products. You may have another idea of what's best for you and what's the most useful useful tool or useful product out of all of these available to you. But I just wanted to give you a little idea. That way, while you're going through, you have an idea of, hey, maybe I could use this to help promote us in this way or help promote us in a different way. So be sure to just take time to read through all of these descriptions. Here's a little quick hits box with features, and then the prices for co-branded and basic is right here. So you'll see that right there, so you can have an idea of what to look for as far as when you're buying, how to make your budget stretch and get the most out of the funds that you've been granted. So we're just going to briefly scroll through here. Like I said earlier, you can go here and click on these links under the trifold brochures to see what the brochure looks like. You can also go down here to the flyers and click the general recruitment flyer or the summer recruitment flyer and see what those look like. Again, these are both highly customizable. I can include all sorts of your personal information for your program and make it as specific of a tool for you as you would need. So please just look at those templates. In those templates, there are areas that are highlighted in green, and those are the areas that are available for customization. So if you have any questions regarding those, just give me a call or an email, and I'll be happy to talk with you more about those. There's your yard signs, the backpacks. We have had people ask for backpacks in the past, but we haven't been able to offer them at a price this low. $33. Like I showed you very briefly at the beginning of this, these backpacks are really great. We've tested them out. They hold a lot. They're comfortable. They fit well. They've got a ton of pockets. They could be a really great tool for any program director, just to keep all your stuff together, any team leader, keep all your stuff together while you're out there serving this summer. They're also a great tool to give away as recognition for youth volunteer achievements, whether it's serving a certain amount of hours or whether it's for your YAB and recognizing their leadership role this year, anything like that. These can be really great products for that. These water bottles, again, we got some samples of these in. These are really great too, very high quality. They're very large. They've got 24 ounces of capacity. They're great tools to help keep you hydrated this summer. We're offering polos. I know that our program directors have asked for these in the past, so I wanted to definitely point these out. We've got gray and red options in both men and women's cuts. The gray options will have the full color Youth Volunteer Corps logo on them. The red options will have the white Youth Volunteer Corps logo on them. There's the Drawstring sports packs. These are great as kind of giveaway items right at the beginning, kind of little bonuses for youth signing up at the beginning of the summer. You can give them these. They can use them throughout the summer. And again, it's got that Youth Volunteer Corps logo big and bold on the side there, and show everyone who these group of kids out there serving and who they are and what they're about. There's the Sling Grip. You can read here to learn more about it. We've got pens we can offer, sunglasses, and enamel pens. Enamel pens might sound a little weird, but I've actually found they're a great little item to give away as gifts or recognition for service, or give as gifts as a thank you for donors and funders of your program. They're just a cool little piece, Youth volunteers may want to put them on their backpacks, put them on purses, put them on whatever they have. And for adults or for funders that you give them to, or parents that you give them to, they maybe want to wear them on their suit jackets or just on the lapel of their shirt. They're a great looking little item. I definitely encourage you to think about them and think if it'd be a useful item to you in some sort of way. So, thanks for hanging in there with me, everyone. I know we're coming up on about an hour here. I'm going to go through these and we're going to wrap up very soon. So stick with me. There's just a little bit of information I really want to get across to you to make sure you have got everything you need to place your orders. So this is the t-shirt order form. It's the first form that will come up once you've scrolled through all of the information above. You'll go in here, you'll select your affiliate, you'll fill out your name, fill in all these boxes, and when you go down here, you can select the type of shirt you want. If you select the co-branded shirt, you'll see here that you can fill in your sizes. If you select the basic shirt, again, you'll be able to fill in your sizes here. When you select co-brand, You can be sure to select where you want it branded at. You can do left sleeve, back, or both locations, like I mentioned before, but be sure that you select that so I know where you want to be, where you want your host organization or your sponsor to be featured. Don't forget to upload your art files. You can do that right here in this box. And also, please try and include the date of your first project this summer. So we will do our best to have all orders processed and shipped out and in your hands by the end of May. However, I do know that some of you start a little early. You start maybe the last week, earlier in the last week of May, or you might start even earlier than that. But if you can include your date here of your first project, I will do my best to get t-shirts to you by that time. I cannot guarantee that I will get them to you by then because we are processing a large order here. There's a lot of moving parts, and we got to make sure that everyone's order is going to be filled before we can really get out there and start mailing. However, please include that information if you can, because I will try and prioritize shipping to make sure that if you've got an early program start, I can do my best to get those t-shirts in your hands as soon as possible. Be sure to select your payment info here. If you select check, you'll be we will be sent an order form, and we will send that back to you with an invoice. Email it back to you with an invoice, and we can process your order that way. If you select credit card, you will be prompted to go to PayPal, and you can fill in all your credit card information there and pay your balance right then. The marketing materials. So this is where you'll order everything that is not a summer t-shirt. Down here, you will see you can order your sale signs, you can order your tractable banners, all of that. Be sure to be selecting the co-branded option if that's what you want. Be sure to be selecting the co-branded option here if that's what you want. So just keep an eye out for co-branded, and it'll be labeled co-branded on the materials that are available to be co-branded. Unfortunately, not all of them can be, but a lot of our larger items can. So you'll go through here, you can fill all of this out, and then I want to be sure you see down here at the bottom how to apply your grants. So we're going to do just a quick little demonstration. So if I go up here to the top and I select, let's say Wichita, you'll see that because of Wichita's size, they've been granted $700. Now, before this offer will be, or before this order form will be processed, you will have to agree to the terms above. And the terms above list out the requirements that we went over earlier, the construction projects, the reporting process, and the deadlines that you'll have to adhere by. So when you select your affiliate, you will see the amount that you've been granted. You will agree to the terms, and then you'll fill out your order just like you would. Down here at the bottom, this is where you will apply your grant funds right here. Keep an eye out for this box. It's just below the total. So say I were to order, let's say, a basic sale sign. Whoop, not 10, unless you want 10. Basic sale sign, we're going to order 500 summer recruitment. We're going to order 5 backpacks, and we're going to order 2 cases of water bottles, and we're going to order 2 cases of sunglasses. So that total brings us to 830. So like I said, Wichita is qualified for 700. So you'll take this total here, subtract 700 from it, and enter that new quantity or that new total in this box. And that is what you will be charged. So we take 700 from 830, and that is $130. So you can enter it in just like that, 130. You will finish out your order, go through the payment process, and you will see that you are being billed for $130. Ignore this total. It will change. Unfortunately, there isn't anything I can do about that. I tried to make it stop. I just can't do it. It's the way the form's set up. But this will be the total that you're charged for under the apply your grants under the Apply Your Grant Funds box here. So I know I've kind of breezed through some of this. I'm always available to help you out in the order process, so please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to either hop on a call or guide you through the order process by email. So we just got a couple more things. I think that wraps up the order process and the page. A few more things and we will be finished up. So let's head back to the presentation. And here it is. Okay, so I wanted to let all of you know, if you're a fan of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, we sure are here at YVC HQ, probably more so than we should be. And we got really excited about this idea that we're going to offer this summer to all of our programs. So we are offering a golden ticket, and the way you are entered into the golden ticket opportunity is you just have to order our t-shirts. That's all you got to do. YVC is giving away one lucky winner a free admission to Summit. That free admission can be for a youth volunteer, it can be for a program director, whoever. We're going to give away one free admission for one lucky winner across our network, and the only way they can enter is if they order the 2018 summer t-shirt from YVC HQ. That's it. That's all you have to do. So again, like I said, these shirts are at a great price. We did a lot of work to get this price down and really find the best option that we possibly could. And I really hope you guys take advantage of it and take this opportunity to really get a great deal. And in the process, you're going to be entered to possibly win a free admission to Summit. So we will include that golden ticket in one of the t-shirt orders that goes out the office doors, and we will have a lucky winner out there in our network, and you'll find that in your box. Hopefully it'll be used well. It can be for a program director, it can be for a youth volunteer, whoever needs it, whoever wants it. But I want you to be aware of the golden ticket opportunity. Last thing, I want you to mark your calendars. These are some dates to remember. May 4th, excuse me, that's when all orders are due. All logos must be submitted and all orders must be paid in order to be processed. So do not delay on this. Please get it in as soon as possible so we can get the order process going and make sure we get all of these great products to you very quickly and as soon as we can. May 31st, t-shirts will be delivered. They should be in your hands by the end of May. For some of the co-branded items, like the sale sign or the sale flag or the pop-up banners, stuff like that, it might take just a little bit longer. But again, that's why it's so important for you to get in your order as soon as you can, so I can make sure that I can process these orders and get them to you ASAP. So that's all I have for the Building Our Brand. I'm going to scroll through the comments section here real quick, see if I can answer anything. If you have any questions or want me to clarify anything, there's my information below. You can email me at kjenkins@ybc.org. You can also call me anytime, 816-472-9822 here at the headquarter office, and you'll be transferred over to me. So let's look through here. Tracy and Amanda have been doing a great job of just answering questions. Let's see here. Muskogee asks a good question. I want to just make sure everyone saw this. Do all funds need to be spent at one time? Yes, they do. You will spend just one order form to apply 100% of the funds. So yeah, you do need to be able to spend all of that at one time for this order process. So if you aren't quite ready, take some time, really figure out what you need. But when you're processing and getting ready to submit that order, all of those funds are going to be used at that time. Okay, well, I think that's all I'm seeing right now. Like I said, that's all for me. Thank you so much for making time to attend. I know that you've all got busy schedules and got busy days ahead of you, but I really appreciate you taking some time to learn about this. We are very, very excited for this opportunity. And 1 second, there we go. So we're very, very excited about this opportunity. Please order as soon as possible. We'll get these processed. Give me a call, send me an email. Let me know what I can do for you to help you in this and make sure that this grant opportunity is as meaningful for you as it possibly can be. Thanks again. Like I said, my name is Colin Jenkins. Contact me at kjenkins@yvc.org. Give me a call anytime, 816-472-9822. Thanks, guys.